The throuple that even the psychic was not prepared for. My name's Opie. I'm a psychic medium in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I love empowering you in your connection to spirit or your destiny. Follow along for more stories. Now, this was an unexpected tale. Please be aware during this tale, information has been altered to protect the identities of those that came to me. Now, one day I had an incredible client come to me. He was so intuitive and bright and shiny and very interested in learning more and more about life. His wife and him had been married now for probably about 30 years, and they actually both worked in the law field. So he was a lawyer, she was a lawyer, and they were part of two different firms and very predominant in the community. Now, at the end, when trust had been built, as he was very factual and very detailed, and he was very curious about my work, so we explored many things, and near the end, he brought up that he had suspicions about his wife. Suspicions of infidelity. Now, I explain, as I always do, infidelity is an energetic component. That can come up in many ways. She could either be hiding finances, she could be hiding this and that, not to always presume that it could be connected to another person. But as we explored it, things kind of progressed, and he was able to validate and confirm pieces and situations that Spirit was referencing in regards to his insecurities of her having an affair. So as that session concluded, we parted ways. The next day, I had this gent in my office. He was a fascinating character, and he worked at a law firm as a support person. And we were going through all this information, and he was talking about how he just crossed my page, and he was really fascinated and heard a couple of rumbles about me. So he came, and we proceeded with his reading, and we connected to some folks, and then he started discussing the person that he is seeing. Well, all of a sudden, I got the gentleman's face from the other day, and I was very perplexed. I sat there and was wondering what the heck is going on. So the individual that was sitting before me had just moved in down the street from the married person he is seeing. And the previous day, this gent and I were discussing how a new neighbor came onto the street and how much energy was being connected to from his wife. And he was very insecure about it. So you can imagine me being new in my journey, and, I'm probably 2 years in at this point. I am sitting there, and I am trying to keep it together because I am trying to look at all the avenues and angles of, this cannot be happening. So this gent was talking about how he was in love with this woman, but she would not leave her husband, and she would come over all the time to his home, and sometimes he would go over to her home, and all these different things. And I am sitting there going, what time is it? When is this session ending? I cannot believe this is happening. So I'm trying to support this individual just as I had the other individual the best I could on his journey and his lessons and his opportunities, while secretly trying to stay connected, reserved, and grounded in this moment, because I didn't even think this was something that could happen. then the following week, the woman comes in to my office. She sits down and I can feel her energy, and it is very flustered and angry. And I'm sitting there going, gosh, I wonder if I upset this woman. Did we connect before? I'm trying to think in my head because her energy feels so known to me. She sits down, slams her purse on the other chair and says, well, you had a session with my husband and my partner last week. I had to come see you. So she was terrified because she couldn't believe her husband was saying that he came to me and how accurate and detailed I was. And then her partner, I guess we'll call him, came to me, and none of these men knew that they were exchanging information of the same connection point to her, and she was freaking out because she had to come and figure out what I knew, how to justify it, and terrified that I would disclose it because not only personally, but it would impact her on her job front. So I had to start supporting her on her individual journey because no matter what I experienced with the other individuals, that is completely confidential, especially in this circumstance. We had to explore what was happening with her and how to navigate forward. But I tell you what, that was one heck of a throuple that nobody anticipated or knew about. Listen, there's only so long secrets can stay a secret. Know that if you are not making choices that are a representation of what your moral codes and ethics are, eventually it will all blow up. Eventually, the truth does come out. And don't move on the same street that you're having an affair with the person. That sounds like a nightmare. Oh my goodness. I had to share that story because that was something for the books. I tell you what, the chances of those 3 individuals coming to me, them sharing information with each other, and having to support each one of them individually was absolutely mind-blowing. And for a psychic medium to say that is another level. Stay safe and make sure that if you are living and speaking the truth, know that nobody can hold control over you. Live authentically, folks. It's the only way. Follow along for more stories of the psychic medium Opie with Opie's Connection on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Have a beautiful day.